Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to New Serum. Tonight, Katerina, we start at Katerina's apartment. She is just waking up for the night in pain. She definitely feels the burn mark on her, or the burn wound in the palm of her hand, but she also feels hungry. She's been hungry for a couple of nights, and she also knew that she needed to rest, so she didn't go out last night. Tonight she's going out and she's going to feed. And she decides that she's going to go to the Emerald Scorpion. And she's going to walk because it's not that far away. She feels the hunger well up inside of her. She licks her lips. I better get going. And she gets dressed. She dresses all in black. Black jeans, black shirt, black hoodie. She puts on her gloves that are also black, and her black boots. And she leaves out the apartment, takes the elevator down to the ground floor. And as she walks, she decides that she can't wait to get to the club. She needs to save this now. She needs to feed now. Or wit streetwise. And she spots someone, a gentleman, who's fairly attractive and very well dressed. And it's a Tuesday night downtown, and it is not busy at all. There is no one around. So she looks. Perception alertness. There's an alley nearby. So she walks up to the gentleman and starts talking to him. Charisma, performance, 3 successes. And he's engrossed in what she's saying. She's chatting him up. She's a very attractive woman, and he's an attractive man. And she walks with him and talks with him and gets him to go in the alleyway. And she leans him up against a building and walks fairly far down into the alleyway. It's dark, no one can see. And she leans him up against the wall of the building and flirts with him. And she sees the throbbing vein in his neck, and she can't help herself anymore. She moves in, and he likes what she's doing. She she sinks her fangs in to his neck and slowly, savoring the blood, sating her thirst, takes 2 blood points from him. She pulls her fangs out and licks the wounds clean, and the gentleman is very happy. She leaves him there in his euphoric state. In her own euphoric state, she forces a breath. Well, that makes the hunger better, she thinks to herself. as she walks towards the emerald scorpion, but the pain in her hand is still there. She still feels that as she walks. She gets to the emerald scorpion, shows her ID to the bouncer. Busy. The emerald scorpion is hopping for a Tuesday night. There's already throngs of people there. The music is blaring, everybody's dancing and having a good time. Katerina's happy to see that. There's plenty to choose from. As she looks, she spots someone. Probably not someone that she would normally go for, but someone interesting nonetheless. It's a woman. She's not too attractive, but not ugly either. Katerina says, "No, she'll do." She walks up to her and starts talking, what she does best. Yeah. She chats with her, dances with her a little bit, and invites her up to a private room, which she happily accepts. Katerina walks her up the stairs, sits her down, or goes into a room, shuts the door behind her, sits her down, chats with her, flirts with her, kisses her a little bit. And this woman is a little intoxicated. Katerina doesn't really care, honestly. She she sinks her fangs into her neck and takes 2 blood points, licks the wounds. Oh, cannot feel good, I guess. That's what I get. She walks out of the private room. Dex athletics. And she barely keeps her balance as she goes down the stairs to look for one more person. Oh, yeah, and she finds someone. Another woman, very attractive, probably dancing really well. Katerina walks up to her and starts dancing. And she's not dancing the best. She's a little intoxicated. The woman that she's chosen is probably laughing at her a little bit, so she decides to go ahead and turn on the charm. and she wins this woman over quite easily. Makes up for lack of dancing skills for tonight. And she leads the woman up to a different room and sits her down on the couch and goes about her normal routine of straddling her and kissing her and caressing her and making her feel good. And she sinks her fangs into her neck and takes 2 blood points. Savoring the blood, and this woman was really drunk. Katerina makes sure that she licks the wounds closed and leans back. Oh man, I know way more than what I bargained for tonight. And she knows that she's probably a little bit too drunk to really even stand. Or she will attempt to stand anyway. She stands up, keeps her balance, walks out of the private room and into another private room. She knows that she can't make it home in the state that she's in, so she's just gonna have to heal right here, get some of this intoxicated blood out of her. Ugh, man, some drunk people tonight. And she focuses the blood to the wound in her hand. When she doesn't scream, but she definitely winces in pain as the wound closes and the burn heals, still leaving a mark, a scar that she'll have for a few days. But she sits back and she feels better. She's not in so much pain, and she's definitely not as drunk. And she's able to stand up and walk out of the club. And she slowly walks home. She's not in any hurry. She takes her time. Probably takes her 30 minutes or so, walking at a slow pace. And by the time she gets home, she's not drunk at all anymore. And she was at 10 blood, now she's at 5. As she walks up to, she decides to take the stairs because she feels better. So she takes the stairs up to her apartment. It's a few floors up, but it's good exercise. And she she gets to her apartment door and she puts the key in and unlocks it, shuts the door behind her and locks it. There's no one there. And she takes her gloves out of her pocket because she didn't need to put them back on, and takes her hoodie off, gets comfortable. She decides that she's going to set up the TV that Aaron brought over. So she's setting up the TV, and she is going to settle in for a night of relaxing the rest of the night. Now that she feels better, maybe she'll venture out and do something else. Who knows? That's where the scene ends.